I'm attached to Unmanned Surface Vessel Squadron 1. We're based out of Port Hueneme, California. We have approximately 100 sailors, 10 officers, and we really are working on developing the operating concepts for operating medium and large unmanned surface vessels. So I'm going to give you a little bit of overview of our vessel here, Sea Hunter, as well as an overview of what we do at Squadron 1 in the Navy's unmanned program. So Sea Hunter is a purpose-built unmanned surface vessel. She's classified as a medium displacement unmanned surface vessel. So she's 135 feet by 47 feet with a 6-foot draft. We've got 2 diesel engines to drive 2 independent shafts and 2 diesel generators to supply its ship's power. So it doesn't have the traditional habitability requirements for vessels such as a kitchen, bunks, or beds, or heads, or any of that stuff, because the only time we board her is prior to pulling in or out of port. So it's only prior to pulling in and out of port where human beings will be on board. Otherwise, she's completely autonomously controlled via autonomous missions or remotely controlled. So a little bit about what we do at the Surface Vessel Squadron 1. So in addition to Sea Hunter, we have Seahawks, which is a similar design. It's got this. It also has, as you can see, the very prominent outriggers or ammers, the trimaran design, similar to a catamaran, because it doesn't have the traditional habitability requirements, so you can really get the narrow width and then reduce the drag, and then you need the stability with the outriggers. And so that's part of the reason for that unique design that really increases its fuel efficiency and speed. I can't tell you it's able to keep up with most of the manned surface capacity that we can operate with. So that leads into a good point that it's not necessarily the unmanned vessels by themselves, but it's how they best complement the other vessels in the fleet, such as the carrier. And so that's part of what we call manned-unmanned teaming. So that's that defense in depth construct where we have multiple layers of defense. And a little bit about myself. I'm a destroyer sailor, cruiser sailor prior to joining Unmanned Vessel Squadron 1. And so it's not necessarily that this vessel will replace those vessels, but it's how these vessels that complement and augment both from a scouting perspective or from a firepower perspective. And so that's part of what we're doing. So its mission is really originally as a test platform to just test the mission autonomy. But along the way, we've been able to provide real capabilities to the fleet in maritime domain awareness, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance, and kind of mapping out the battle space, what's on the water, what's below the water, what's in the air. So part of how we do that is we test a variety of different payloads that we can put on board depending on what capability we want to bring to the fight. And so that's where we operated in the past. So has anybody heard of the Rim Pacific exercise, RIMPAC? So RIMPAC's a big multinational exercise off the coast of Hawaii. And so in 2022 we operated with a variety of different navies in that exercise, complementing the conventional fleet and anti-submarine warfare. So most recently, we took the vessels all the way from California to Australia and back to California. So combined total with all of our vessels, Sea Hunter, Seahawk, Mariner, and Ranger, 46,000 nautical miles that we traveled in autonomy, navigating via autonomous missions. And so that really was a proof of the safety as well as the engineering reliability. The whole time we'll have operators and supervisors from Squadron 1 overseeing the vessels as we can embark either as detachments